Easy Constantine's Curio City, your one-stop shop for astounding artifacts, remarkable relics, flabbergasting finery, perplexing pieces, and thrilling treasures. Come on down today and get the best deal this side of the turn of the century. Mention spell check at checkout to get an extra 2.72% off a sale of $3,000 or more.
Cut! That's a wrap!
Oh, thank goodness. I've poured every single cent of Curio City's money into this new viral ad campaign. I'm being assured that it's totally going to work out beautifully. The idea was simple. Basically, we just spent all our money sabotaging spell checkers so they no longer corrected Curio City, with a C, into Curiosity. And the idea was that was going to drive up organic search traffic drastically as people tried to figure out what was going on, and all those people were going to land on my website, and it was going to be a beautiful thing. But now I'm starting to have second thoughts. I'm not sure this is such a brilliant viral marketing campaign. Maybe no one's gonna notice at all? All right. Enough all this. The hat must go. Same thing with this ridiculous getup. But yeah, I wanted to try something a little different this week. And so, yeah, here we are trying something a little different. Oh, and one other thing. You're probably really sad that the tea kettle is gone. So let me fix that up for you. 1 second. Much better. So, first things first, I really wanted to play with my green screen. I got it a week or so ago, and I've been meaning to tinker around with it a little bit because I'm honestly just curious. And second, yes, that was a women's blouse due to the buttons being on that side. I don't have a lot of costumes, so I made do with what I had. And third, and the actual point of this video, is about the mistake that I made last week. And I should probably be more specific. There might have been multiple mistakes, but specifically last week on a couple of occasions within the video, I misspelled curiosity, right? The desire and interest in discovering something new, with Curio City, which is clearly just an antique store in the mold of Circuit City. As we've discussed before, I'm dyslexic, and part of having any learning disability is finding strategies to compensate for the things that you find difficult that others might not. One thing I find difficult that you might not is spelling. I am a truly abhorrent speller, and since I started making videos, I've probably averaged one misspelling a week inside of my videos, although, knock on wood, only one of those was in a title card / thumbnail. That was, we won't talk about inertia anymore. And my strategy for addressing this problem, the problem of not being able to spell to save my life, has been to type out all of the things that are going to get overlaid on the screen in a Google Doc first so that I could use spell check to make sure that they were all spelled correctly. As a total aside, dear Da Vinci Resolve, you are named after Leonardo da Vinci, I presume, who is famously suspected of being dyslexic. So maybe throw the rest of us dyslexics a bone and build a spell checker into your editing software. Love, Alden. But spell check is actually exactly what got me in trouble last week, because I thought I had an ironclad strategy. And then, after last week's video went live and someone let me know that I didn't know how to spell curiosity, I went back and checked, and there it was in my Google document, Curio City, without any underlining. So I thought, oh, maybe that's a proper noun, right? Maybe there is another business called Curio City, and I wasn't the first to invent it fictionally. But even lowercase, curiosity spelled with a C in the middle is not considered a misspelling by Google Documents. So then I checked some other Google properties. Gmail, Android, they seem to think that Curio City is not a proper spelling and help me out accordingly and add that S in the middle. So I found myself a little at a loss. And this loss is exactly what got me to thinking about our relationship to technology today. I think it's fair to say that all of us, dyslexic or not, find ourselves relying on technology each and every day of our lives. It it makes me think back to my early high school days. The first year of high school for me actually was the year that MapQuest became a thing. So by the time I was driving around or even thinking about driving around, I could go online and print out a map and then take it with me to figure out where I was going. Before that, you had road almanacs and various other road based atlases that you would actually carry a hard copy of so that you could find your way to a particular town. You contrast that to today, where you can pull out a tiny black slate, type in a random location, no matter how obscure, and it will give you directions to that location that not only tell you where the traffic is at that exact moment, but also potentially tell you things like what the most ecologically friendly route is and what the safest route is. It's kind of incredible. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Quite to the contrary, I think that the reliance that these technologies have garnered is because of their incredible impact. They have changed the face of our lives and the world and changed the way that we live on a day to day basis. But my recent stint advertising for Curio City has given me a renewed sympathy for those who follow their GPSs until they find their car sinking into a lake. It's easy to become too reliant on these technologies and have that bite you. So I know this was a short one, kind of silly. I mostly wanted to play with some compositing and visual effects, but I hope it was interesting nonetheless. And I'll see you next week. Bye bye. Not a potamus. Ponderous.